All right, you have all heard Tov before. How many people have heard that song? Raise your hand. That's what I figured. How many people have heard the song Tov sung in Spanish? How many have heard it sung in French? Okay, well, you're going to be glad you came because you're going to get to hear it sung in different languages. Who knows what Tov means? I know we have a Hebrew expert, and you know it. Tov means, right? Tov means how wonderful it is for all of us to be together. So I thought I'm going to do it in different languages to show that it's good for people of all cultures and all backgrounds to be together. So I have the Arabic too, but I didn't bring it with me, unfortunately. But if you come on a Friday night, and we'll be here the next 3 Fridays, you might, yes, next week, you might also hear it in Arabic. Qué bueno es celebrar en paz con nuestros hermanos. Qué merveilleux et magnifique célébrer ensemble con cœur. Now, when we sing a song, if you know the words, feel free to join in. Some of the words, oh, look at that. They're right up here. Can you see those words up there? Is that big enough? We'll get a bigger screen if you want. That's pretty big. All right, so we're not here just to sing and have you passively observe. We want you to be actively involved. If you don't feel like singing, you don't have to, but if you like, we'd love to hear you join in with us. Also, we have a whole repertoire. We've been planning this day for the last 2 years. Yes, we've come up with a great program because we took this very seriously. But if there's a song that we're not doing that you want to hear, let us know, all right? Because we don't mind deviating from our program to accommodate you. That's why we're here. And we're also here just so you can get a little glimpse of us so that you know what to expect if you come on a Friday night. Because we'll be here the next 3 Fridays, and we'd love to see you. The last service I did, it was great. The woman came up to me and said, Rabbi, I love your sermon. I woke up from it refreshed. I assure you that you'll enjoy listening to us, and we'd love to see you.
So this is Rabbi Barry Silver, and we're from Congregation Va-Dor, and I'm Cantor Carol Garrett, and I'm really happy to be here with you.
Yes, thank you. And now we're going to do another song called, you can probably hear this one too. Evenu Shalom Aleichem means come, let us deliver peace, share peace with one another. Evenu Shalom Aleichem.
Evenu Shalom Aleichem. Evenu Shalom Aleichem. Evenu Shalom Aleichem. Evenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Evenu Shalom.
Now, you've also might have noticed that in Hebrew we say Shalom Aleichem, and in Arabic they say Salam Aleikum, indicating how close we are linguistically, indicating that we need to do all we can to reach out to others and find the commonality and similarities among us. Now what's our next song? So at Va-Dor, we do something very unusual. Now, put on your seatbelts, get ready for this. We actually use common sense and reason in our approach to Judaism. And everything we do is consistent with science. And it's augmented and embellished by science. So some of you might have heard Hashkibenu Adonai. It talks about God creating a protective covering and protecting us when we go to sleep and we wake up. However, today we know there's no invisible person up there, there's no superior being who's covering us up or protecting us or causing us to wake up. But there really is a shield about us. It's called the ozone. The ozone is a miraculous shield about us that keeps out the sun's ultraviolet rays. And there's also an ionosphere which blocks cosmic rays from destroying life on Earth. So just as our ancestors did, we give thanks for the protection that we have when we go to sleep and wake up. But we do it with a little more understanding about what's really going on. So I amended the song, added a few extra words. I didn't change the original. Just added a little bit to show increased knowledge of what we have today in this version of Hashkibenu.
And if you know it, please sing along with us. Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Ve'amitenu Malkeinu L'Chaim U'ros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha U'ros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha
Shelter us beneath ozone, O Adonai, prove miracles that now are known. You protect earth and sky, to keep us safe throughout the night. Earth's heavenly atmosphere blocks cosmic rays, but lets in light so life can thrive down here. Hashkibenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom Amitenu Malkeinu L'Chaim U'ros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha U'ros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha
Now, we really are blessed to live in a time that we know the marvels of evolution. We know actually how we got here through evolution. The way evolution works, it doesn't take a prior species and get rid of it and then start anew. It builds on it. And we still have a reptilian brain, a mammal brain. We have all the vestiges and appendix that we don't need anymore. We keep building. That's what we do in cosmic Judaism. We don't toss out anything in Judaism. What we do is we build upon it. We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors and the great scientists, and we build upon it. And I think our ancestors will probably appreciate that we attempt to use all of our faculties and all of the processes of revelation to come up with the best approach to reality, that we can. Now we're going to continue with, a Passover song. One of my favorites, Chad. Who knows what language Chad is? Anybody want to take a guess? Well, Aramaic. It's Aramaic. If it was Hebrew, it would be Chad. What would it have been? Echad. Chad is Aramaic for Echad. And Chad means one. And Gadya means a kid, or who? One kid, Gadya. It represents the fact that they were the kid for Tuzuzim, my father, our father. So God redeemed us according to traditional thinking with the 10 Commandments on 2 tablets. And then after he redeemed us, an empire came along and fought against us, conquered the Jewish people. That's the cat. Then the dog, the stick, another empire, and another empire. In an endless succession of violence and war. And the song looks forward to messianic times when there will be no more fighting and no more war. So we sing Chad Gadya.
My father bought for Tuzuzim,
And came the cat and bit, and came the cat and ate the kid. My father bought for Tuzuzim, and came the dog and bit the cat and ate the kid. My father bought for Tuzuzim. Everywhere. And came the stick and beat the dog, and bit the cat that ate the kid. My father bought for Tuzuzim. And came the water and quenched the fire that burned the stick and beat the dog, and bit the cat that ate the kid. My father bought for Tuzuzim. Now, my house at the Seder, we had to do everything quick because we had 5 kids and lots of other children, and they didn't have much patience. So we learned to do everything fast. All right, so here's how we did I've got you at the very end. Then came the Holy One, blessed be He, destroy the angel, and death, slew the rich, and killed the oxen, drank water, and much fire, the bird, the sick, the meat, the dog, the bit, the cat, the anything, my father, what for Jesus again. We'll do a little Passover.
And my family did Ain't Sigala, Ain't Sigala.
Very nice, Ain't Sigala, Yiddish. Okay, now what do we got? What's our next song? Oh, Dayenu. Dayenu. Dayenu is one word that means if only we had that, that would have been good enough. That's a great motto to have, to take cognizance of our blessings and think, oh, if only I lived in South Florida, that would be enough to make me happy. If only I lived in the beautiful Mariposa, that would be enough. If only I had my friends, if only I had our heritage, that would be enough to satisfy us.
Ilu, ilu, Hosianu, Mitzrayim, Hosianu, Mitzrayim, Dayenu, 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 Torah a kid, somebody would always yell out, Dayenu, so that everybody had to keep continuing to drive my parents nuts, which it did.
Now, you can take pictures if you like. If you want my best side, get behind me, that's my best side. But you can take pictures if you like. I'm going to sing one more Dayenu. I want someone here to tell me what they're grateful for, and you can fill in the blank. Ilunatanatalano, if only we had been given.
Ilunatanatalano, natalano eta.
Torah, all right, what else? We did that one. Who else? Life. Eta chayim. Eta chayim. Eta chayim. Natananu dayenu. Very good. Now we have, what's next on our agenda? Oh, the Isha Amda. Isha Amda is a song that reminds us that the Jewish people have made it through really difficult circumstances, and we're still around even though many empires have come and gone or not. This song is written from a traditional perspective. What it's saying is that God in the heavens protected us and delivered us. We today look for modern explanations, and one of those explanations, people have wondered how Jews survived. What's the secret of our survival? I like to think that these other empires, the Syrians, Babylonians, Greeks, Egyptians, these empires, they believed in the love of power, but Jews don't really care about the love of power. We're interested in the power of love. If your empire is based on power, when your powers run out, you disappear. If your people is based on the power of love, love is eternal, and love continues. And we Jews have a tough job to do to make the world better, and we still have a long way to go, so we're not going anywhere. We're going to stick around. And I think that's one of the reasons why Jews are still here, reflected in the song, the Isha. Means he saved us. Me is from Yad, is hand, like the Yad that you used to read the Torah. Yadam is from their hands. This Holy Spirit saved us from their hands. And you could think of it that there's a holiness within the Jewish people that gives us the strength to go on. And it's a very natural explanation for why we are still here long after our adversaries. Now we have another song. By the way, Cantor, Carol, Garrett, and I, we create music. So we sing a lot of the standard traditional songs. We add verses to them. And sometimes we take popular music and we change the lyrics to make them Jewish. And we hope that the original authors don't mind. but their songs have been Hebraized or Judaized, but they're now been taken over. And you'll probably recognize some of these songs in the original, but they're now Jewish songs. This one is called Our Faith Will Go On and On.
We survived the Romans, the Greeks and Babylonians, and proudly fly a upon. Throughout the ages, guided by sages, we thrive while they are long gone. Here we still are, lit by a star from afar that we still gaze upon. Forevermore, let Va-Dor lives are blessed with chesed and values that go on and on.
Each Shabbat in our dreams, the world seems so splendid with marvels that we gaze upon.
The slumber has ended, our neshama has transcended, and the dreams of the prophets live on. We're here in our 3,000 year, and our vision and our mission of peace goes on. Here we still are, led by a star in the night, shedding light with a faith that goes on and on.
Thank you. Who knows where that song comes from originally? Where? Celine Dion. That's very good.
You got it, gold star.
It's from Titanic.
It is.
It's from the Titanic. Okay.
Very good. Yeah, I saw that you had your hand up, but he answered before you because he wanted a gold star too.
Yeah, the Titanic is kind of dance, so I made it a more inspiring, hopeful song. What do we got next? Oh, this song is a wonderful song. Am Yisrael Chai indicates that the people of Israel, the Jewish people, will live. We continue.
Do you know
to
this
live,
song?
and our fathers continue to live. Hold on,
Feel free to sing along with us, any of them you know. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Ola Vidu Chai, Ola Vidu Chai. Ola Vidu, Ola Vidu, Ola Vidu Chai. Ola Vidu Chai, Ola Vidu Chai. Ola Vidu, Ola Vidu, Ola Vidu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael 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 Chai.
Chai means
Right. To live. Od means still. Avinu is Abba plus Inu is Avinu, our fathers. And Va-Dor, our congregation, was founding rabbi was my dad, Rabbi Sam Silver. And some of you know him, you mentioned him to me, and also a lot of our wisdom and our inspiration, our whole approach, our rational approach comes from him. And he used to mention, what this song really means is that if we are filled with an optimism and a hope that we can make this world a better place and we don't get discouraged, our forefathers lived in us. If we have reason to get angry, and we don't, if somebody does something to us that wrongs us, and we don't respond in kind, by stooping to their level, and we can still be kind to them. If we continue to use our best efforts to enlighten this world, then our fathers live within us in the most important way possible, by influencing our behavior and serving as a blessing in this world today.
And you must know that Rabbi Barry does live that way. He really does.
I give it my best shot. Now we got David Melech Yisrael. I know you know this one. David, King of Israel.
Some of you might know the hand motions, do you, from when you were younger?
I give you a hand, but I don't know.
If you want to try it. David, Melech Yisrael, David 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 Melech Yisrael, do you remember that? Right.
All right, now we have a song. Some of the songs I sing, some we both sing together. This is definitely a Cantor Carol Garrett song. She sings this song beautifully for you. Bring in the light.
It really is a Shabbat song about bringing in the Shabbat, but it can be about any light. You know, I think of light as, you know, the God above us or the Spirit above us. So bringing in the light, not only of the candles that we, you know, it was written for, but just the light of Spirit. So this was written by not me, Alana Jagoda. Bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Shabbat, Shalom, may you have a peaceful day. Shabbat, Shalom, may you have a restful day. Sing with me, bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the Hashem, Shabbat. Asher Kishanu Mitzvotav Vetzivanu Le'adlikner Shabbat. It's very different than Baruch Atah Adonai, right? Yeah.
I have another song. This is a song that I created about Ukraine. So we are all following what's going on in Ukraine, and it's really feel the sadness over the carnage and the suffering going on there. And I am somewhat consoled to know that the United States, this community, the Jewish people, and people of all faiths are rallying together as Zelensky shows us what freedom is really all about. And so I wrote this song in his honor. It's a takeoff of a song that was written about 50 years ago.
Listen, children, to a story that is taking place right now, of a people crowned with glory, who stand tall and will not bow. Russia has attacked the nation after decades of oppression. With courage and determination, Ukraine resists this cruel aggression. Go ahead and love your neighbor, from a stranger make a friend. Make it your life's labor, see the day when war shall end. Then you'll hear the trumpets blaring, with the dawn of a new day, a world of peace and caring. Let Zelensky lead the way. Listen, children, to a story of a people proud and free, whose brave soldiers achieved glory, resisting Russian tyranny. Today the world is now united in defense of freedom in Ukraine. Putin's actions have ignited defiance and the world's disdain. Go ahead and love your neighbor, from a stranger make a friend. Make it your life's labor to see the day when war shall end. And you'll hear the trumpets blaring with the dawn of our new day, a world of peace and caring. Let Zelensky lead the way.
Do you remember One Tin Soldier? And back in the 70s, that song, One Tin Soldier?
One Tin Soldier is about the futility of war, although we know today sometimes it is necessary to counter aggression, as it was during World War II and it is today.
The original song with One Tin Soldier was, you know, all these people are fighting over trying to get up on this mountain to get the treasure that's supposed to be buried there. And so they fight and they fight and they fight, and everybody almost dies except for a couple people. That's the song One Tin Soldier. They get up to the top of the mountain, and the treasure actually, when they open it, it's a paper inside that says peace on earth. Right? So they all killed each other for a paper, the treasure, which is a treasure, right? Peace on earth is certainly a treasure.
Yeah, it's a very, it's a beautiful song in the original with an important message. We will be talking tomorrow about current events. That's coming up at 3 o'clock. And we will talk about Ukraine. And tomorrow will be one of the most challenging events for us, because today this country is divided. Families are broken up. People don't talk to their neighbors over politics, current events. So we're going to try to do the impossible. We're going to try to discuss current events and respect each other's point of view, and we're going to try to disagree agreeably. And I encourage you to come tomorrow if you'd like to do that. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be doing that. It's going to happen, I believe, right here at 3 o'clock. And if you're wondering, well, what credentials does Rabbi Silver have? He's just a religious guy. I'm a rabbi, founder of the Environmental Coalition, civil rights and environmental attorney. I served in the Florida legislature, and I sued the government many, many times. So I've quite a bit of experience in the world of current events, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. All right, next up we have Boker Tov. Now, for those of you who know a lot about Hebrew, Boker Tov means good morning, but this song is a song that you can think about so that every time when you wake up in the morning, you might have this song on your lips, Boker.
Yeah, I wrote this just thinking about, you know, the day. I don't get to go there as often as I'd like, but I like to go to the ocean. At this particular song that I wrote, I was sitting in Hawaii, and I was sitting by the bay and the ocean, you know, by the ocean in Hawaii. So, sitting on the edge of the land, sitting with my feet in the sand, Boker Tov. Mountains in the distance and mist, waiting for the storm clouds to lift, Boker Tov. When I say Modani, and I stretch my arms and feet, a smile lights up my face for a new day. I'll start each precious day with a prayer that all can say, as I say Modani and Boker Tov. Birds fast asleep on the rocks, sometimes it was seals, boats heading out for the docks, Boker Tov. Sun peeking over the land, crimson and golden and tan, Boker Tov. new day. Feel free to sing along. I start each precious day with a prayer that all can say. As I say, Moda Ani and Boketo. May I be of service today. May my life be useful, I pray. Boketo. May each person I greet know that they matter to me. Boketo. When I say Modani and I stretch my arms and feet, a smile lights up my face for a new day. I will start each precious day with a prayer that all can say. As I say, Moda Ani and Boketo. When I say Moda Ani and Boketo. So let's say Moda Ani and Boketo.
Moda is related to Toda, which is thank you, and Modan is I give thanks feminine. If I were to say I give thanks, I'd say Ani Modeh. And Carol says she gives thanks, it's Ani Moda. So Moda Ani, the whole prayer is about giving thanks. Now we have another song. It's an aspirational song from the prophet Isaiah. Lo Yisagoy Goy Shalev, Lo Yibago Milchama. Many people don't know that. Goy is a word today with a pejorative meaning, and it means a non-Jew. The literal meaning of Goy is a nation. And it came to extend in meaning then to other nations. But Lo Yisagoy El Goy. Lo Yisa is to raise up. They will not raise up sword against nations. Lo Yisagoy Goy Fere. And they won't learn war anymore.
Lo Yisagoy El Goy Fere. Lo Yisagoy Lo Yisagoy El Goy Fere. Lo Yisagoy shall live in peace and unafraid, and every man needs divine and victory shall live in peace and unafraid. And into plowshares being their swords, nations shall learn war no more. And into plowshares being their swords, nations shall learn. Don't walk in front of me, I may not
Now we have a beautiful song, Yimtiosu and Zoagadah. These were the words of Herzl when he said, you know what? Late 1800s, he saw anti-Semitism in France with the Dreyfus Affair and the article J'accuse, if you remember that. And he was convinced that the Jews needed their own homeland. He said, we're going to have our own homeland, a Jewish homeland. And I said, Theodore, you're crazy. The Jews are weak, we're dispersed, we've got no military, not happening. And he said, not only that, we're going to speak Hebrew. They said, there's never been a language that was a dead language that came back to life. It's not happening. And he said, and ever since then, ever since those words were said, we established Israel and resurrected Hebrew, the Jewish people knows that if we will it, it's a dream, which led Ben-Gurion to say, in Israel, if you want to be a realist, you have to first believe in miracles. So we're going to sing this song, Im Tiotsu and Zoagadah. I don't know if you want to, so put in your room. In Jesu, Enzo, Agada, Liotam Choshi, Be'atzenu, Be'ere, Zion, Yerushalayim, Jesu, Agadah is related to another word that you know well. What do we read out of on Passover? What's that book called? Haggadah. Haggadah means the story, and Agadah means a story. Ha is the, so it's not a story. Agadah is related to the word Haggadah, meaning the story. Both are from le-hayid, which is Hebrew for to tell or to narrate. We have Osishal Diplomat. In keeping with our philosophy of the Va-Dor, instead of saying, may the God of the heavens bring peace to us, we've changed the words so that now the godliness within us, the creative power that we all have to generate peace, may we help establish peace. And when we do that, then God will be making peace happen when it comes through us. So we sing instead of Ol Sheh Shalom, it's Na'aseh. Let us make it. Na'aseh Shalom. You'll get it and join with us, please.
So we'll start out this way with Oseh Shalom, which you're like used to, and then we'll switch it to the Na'aseh. Oseh Shalom Mi'olam, Aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ya'akol Yisrael, V'yiku
Na'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ya'akol Yisrael. Na'aseh Shalom, 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 Na'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ya'akol Yisrael.
So say that Na'aseh. Na'aseh, which means us. Rather, we count on us. We have to be the ones that create peace on the earth, right? I mean, we believe that, there is a higher inspiration, but we've got to do it, yes?
Our next song is the most beautiful, most inspiring national anthem ever written.
She switched it.
She switched it on us?
Hallelujah first. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. We'll do that later. By the way, I have to leave kind of early because I have to go make two people very happy. The caterer and the caterer's wife at my next wedding. So I have to run off to do a wedding. But this is a song I wrote about creation. On Shabbat, we celebrate creation. Our ancestors didn't quite understand how it happened. They thought God went poof, and in 6 days it all happened. We now know it's far more incredible and more miraculous, and took place over a series of miracles over billions of years. This song explains it to the tune of one of the greatest songs written in modern times.
A creative force began it all. In silence, you can hear its call and feel this cosmic power running through you.
Thank you, Leonard Cohen.
The planets, stars, and galaxies, the setting sun, the lakes and trees, the buzzing bees, rejoice in hallelujah. Everyone. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Sometimes you wanna pack it in, you feel you lost and you can't win, and think the slings and arrows will subdue ya. But you weigh the odds against your birth, the miracles of life on earth, and realize your true worth with hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You've got to take a stand when earth cries out and needs a hand, even if the ignorant will boo ya. Our waterways, our air and land reach limits that earth can't withstand, so take my hand and let's find hallelujah. 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 Our Mother Earth is holy ground, where miracles each day abound. With the gift of life, the cosmos did imbue ya. So wake up from your daily grind and utilize your heart and mind. Come join with us and let's find hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Now the version I thought we were going to do was about the creation of the earth. We didn't. That was a different one. I like this one too, of course. But we're going to sing that one about creation on one of the following Shabbats. So you'll get to hear the whole story of 4 billion years of evolution compressed into 5 stanzas. We will be right here this Friday night. And if you can stand us, we'll be back here the next Friday night. Yes. And then the next Friday night after that.
So we're scheduled for 3 Fridays in a row, if you want.
And then you can and then we'll discuss how this is working out and see where we go from here. But we met with the people here, and this is a beautiful place. We love the services here. And so we're trying it out to see how it works out. But we really like it here. We know a lot of the people here. The location's beautiful, and the people are wonderful, and so we'll be here. We'll be here this Friday, and we'll hope you'll be here too. And give us feedback and let us know what you want to hear, because we come from all different backgrounds, all different types of Jews, and we want to do our best to accommodate everyone.
And some of our congregants will be joining us as well, so it'll be you and our congregants, and so you'll meet some new people too, hopefully, and they'll meet some new people as well. The next song is
We're preparing Kayem. Very nice.
Nice, that's beautiful.
Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to join in the service, let us know. If you'd like to light the candles, if you'd like to do the Kiddush, going to do a Torah blessing, you're welcome. And if you want to, when you come up for one of those aliyahs, and you want to share a few words about Shabbat or whatever, you're welcome to join and share some of your own thoughts.
This Friday, one of the students that I've been tutoring, she's turning 13, having her bat mitzvah on the 21st of May, and she'll be here to do a couple of the aliyahs and prayers.
So whatever she does, tell her it was great.
Yeah, please, because she's so nervous about her bat mitzvah.
She's nervous.
Yeah.
All right, next is our prayers reaching.
I'm not sure Rabbi knows this song.
No, you're lucky I don't.
This was written by Jeff Klepper. Prayer is reaching for the things that you can't see. Prayer is finding the kind of person you should be. Prayer is growing as each moment you decide. Prayer is showing all the love you have inside. Reaching further, reaching. Prayer is reaching deep inside of who you are. Showing further, growing. Prayer is knowing that the answers are not far. Prayer is reaching out to all our friends. Prayer is finding that all our searching never ends. Prayer is growing as we take a look inside. Prayer is knowing our tradition is our guide. Reaching further, reaching. Prayer is reaching deep inside of who you are. Showing forever, growing. Prayer is knowing that our answers are not far. Prayer is growing as we take a look inside. Prayer is knowing our traditions are our guide. Prayer is showing all the love you feel inside. And I was going to tell you, thank you, a little story. There's a camp that they have every year called Havana for rabbis and cantors. And so I went there. It was started by Debbie Friedman. If any of you know who Debbie Friedman is, she's one of the great writers of many, many songs. So she started it, I think it's been 25 years ago, and I went for the first time, and Jeff Klepper helped start the camp with her. He's the one that just wrote this. And so I was kind of like a fan of his, I would say. So I go to Havana and he's standing there, and I wanted to meet him, so I went over and I asked my rabbi, he wasn't my rabbi at the time, could you introduce me? And so I think he thought I was like kind of a weird groupie because I really wanted to meet him and like get my picture taken with him. And he was just this humble, beautiful man, you know, and he's written just like Debbie Friedman, all these beautiful songs. And I really was like such a fan. I'm just so excited. I was like shaking to meet him, but I'm going again this year. He won't be there. Oh, wait, yes, I think he is going to be there. But now I've known him for about 6 years, so I'm not crazy over him anymore in the same way.
That was a new song.
So come in with new songs, because they always teach us new things. I think my fingers now. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to do this at the end. So let's do one more song before that, and then we'll do it. What else? Let's see what else. Let's do Candy. Okay. All right. Yeah, we don't want to keep you here more than an hour. We'll be here again, and you can hear more stuff. So we're going to do one more song, a modification that I wrote, Can You Feel the Love? And then we're going to do that wonderful national anthem, Hatikva, and then we'll let you go to your next activity.
Tyrants have oppressed us, exiled us from our land, but with purpose fate has blessed us, and empowered we still stand. Jews will not surrender, the battle is not lost. We are truth's defenders, regardless of the cost. And can you feel the love tonight? This is who we are. He gives us strength as spiritual wanderers, guided by a star. And can you feel the love tonight? On this day of rest, our mission is to serve humanity with purpose we blessed. We'll never be defeated, we'll never disappear, because we are still needed, not in heaven but down here. We've survived persecution, crusades and pogroms too. For justice we are peaceful warriors, it's our role as a truth. So can you feel the love tonight as we share Shabbat? Whether you're a king or vagabond, we give thanks for our lives.
And that's a nice way to do it, because most people, they have to find purpose in their life. We don't. We're born with purpose. Purpose is to make our lives a blessing and carry on a wonderful legacy and heritage to make this world a better place. And it's a beautiful thing to have such a noble purpose in our lives. So we're going to conclude with the singing of Hatikva, the whole national anthem of the state of Israel. As we mentioned on Friday night, if you're comfortable doing so, please stand up for
Embody your spirit.
And
Stand.
if you like, and if you want to, please join us in singing Hatikva.
Oh,